General MUSEVENI is continuing to humiliate Norbert MAO. And what pains me more is even Norbert MAO knows what is being done to him. On several occasions, Norbert MAO used to come out and tell us the true colors of John Kaguta Museveni. And by the way, he was right. At some point, Norbert MAO came out to say that everyone who joins General MUSEVENI is used like a wheelbarrow. And now it's time for Norbert MAO to be used as a wheelbarrow. When President Museveni visited the northern Uganda, Norbert MAO was the one who was trying to break down the message of General Kaguta Museveni into a local language. And General Museveni decided to humiliate Norbert MAO. In fact, he did this. Here's the tape.
So when I see people like Mao saying DP without Museveni, there's no DP without Museveni.
Donc nero Mao gi teori ni DP idogi DP petwere ka Museveni peye Museveni miyorberi DP.
The moment I left DP, that was really the end of DP.
Madong arawero DP pero pa DP do chake.
Now, in that year, our leader, Benedicto Chua.
That is Norbert MAO. To an extent, the General Museveni came out to tell him to translate to the people that there is no DP without General Kaguta Museveni. That is humiliation. For a person like Norbert MAO, the character of Norbert MAO, which has taken over 35 years to be built, is now being broken down by a dictator because he wanted to seek a job. I keep on telling people that many of the opposition leaders, when they are delayed to go into power, by the way, in very many jurisdictions, they tend to go with the status quo. Because sometimes they see they are getting old, sometimes they see other people who have joined government are getting more money and everything. In the case of Norbert MAO, Jacob Bolanya was his peer, was the deputy speaker of parliament, was the speaker. Okay? Mukasambide was in the East African Parliament, ETC. So he decided to join government in a bid to also build his CV, but now he's being taken down. And General Museveni knows what he's doing. This comes at a background that even General Museveni never honored what they signed. He had promised them to give them a second minister. He promised them constitutional changes, but it failed. And when I look at Norbert MAO saying that we must negotiate transition, that's nonsense. In a country where they have negotiated transition, first of all, you must put the dictator on the wall in terms of civil disobedience, in terms of garnering a lot of votes that he can get, so that you can threaten power. One is put on the negotiation table after threatening power. When you go in a negotiation, when he has an upper hand, you don't expect getting what the country deserves. Some people talk about the scenario in Kenya where Moi was put on the table. Moi had spent the two previous elections winning by 32%, 35%, below average. Because by that time, you could win by any margin for as long as you are the lead, you have won. So 35% of the country was with Moi, the rest 75% was not with him. In fact, the entire opposition could gain more votes than Moi, so they were threatening power. So Mao deceiving us that we must talk to General Kaguta Museveni, that's not how things work. Dictators are threatened and brought on the table. Joining him as a minister and start humiliating you does not work. So in this episode, Mao was humiliated. That's the truth. I was not even surprised because even when DP was in turmoil, I would expect Lulu Mewaiga to get the DP ticket, but he's not getting it. Okay? And I think if these people move out of the DP, most especially those who have a higher chance of winning, you may find that DP is no more. First of all, even MPs who won last time, they never used Norbert MAO as their president general, yet he was a candidate. In fact, they didn't allow Norbert MAO to come in their constituency because he would spoil the votes. So Norbert MAO being humiliated, I feel pain. As the opposition, we lost Norbert MAO because he's a wise person. And for me, I feel pain that if a wise person is being used in that way. That's why I give respect to people like Kizza Besigye Mugisha Muntu for not breaking down. If Kizza Besigye decides to join government today, trust me, will be made vice president or prime minister or any docket. because that's what General Museveni wants to show the entire world that's working with the opposition. Okay, so I feel pain because Norbert Mao was humiliated in this standard. In fact, the northern people should get annoyed and pull Norbert Mao out of government. Okay, northerners have not always been like this. Okay, it is so unfortunate. Second, the second story of that day, there is a certain person who was trying to give opium and marijuana to another person in transit so that he can pass it on the airplane or on the airport. In fact, this is something that is done to very many people. If you are moving outside the country, do not accept unnecessary baggages here, cassava and everything. Do not just accept, because if they get hold of you, they will take you to the law. And by the time you say that they are not your things, it will be too late. In fact, here is the tape.
Ono yatike enjaga olwo okuva e Uganda oyo yabadde atisona enjaga transporter oyo ayambadde enkofiira oyo ye yatise enjaga oyo mu nkofiira eya green oyo yabadde agitisse oyo.
Already, the guy who told me 25, I pay him. I cannot do this shit like this. I can do this. I have my daughter. Where's your phone? How much is my daughter? Okay, where's your phone? This the guy. No, like how much is my daughter here?
That is the person who was trying to make these people lift these things. Is so unfortunate. People put your life in danger. Holding you transporting this stuff can even make you stay in prison for a long period of time. These people don't see this. Okay, so be very vigilant. If someone gives you something in transit, it can cause you trouble. In fact, if you are not in a hurry, do not accept. Of course, that's my opinion. Do make us by commenting about this. Thank you very much for listening in. If this is your first time on this YouTube channel, employee would subscribe, like, and comment so that I can be motivated to do more of such videos. I'll see you on another one. Peace.
Yes, Kawiye Sulaiman Mawagali. I am putting in my request to fly the NUP flag high in Makinde East constituency, so that I can represent the great people of Makinde East. Nkomyewo omulundi ogwokubiri n'obwongo nga bwesera nga busera. Ebiwandiiko byange mbirese bibino.
Sigadde nze Mr. Makindi Kawiye Sulaiman Mawagali kantu ene guno omukisa okubategeeza mbu ngenda kwesimba okuwa MP Makindi East 2026 nesimbawo luli era nkomawo bataata bamaama basenga bajjajja okubasaba akalulu. Makindi East ediridde nnyo emabega okumala emyaka 2 okuva omugenzi Sebana we yagenda. Yensonga lwaki buli mukulembeze ajja tumuwayo ekisanja kimu kubanga tukola ensobi. Akulembeza Makindi East okumalenga emyaka 15 buli ranking abakulembeza abakozi b'e parliament abatacyasinze kwogera babeera mu abiri abasemba. Ebyo bintu birina okwogerwa. Twetaaga omukulembeze ng'alina obwongo nga bwesera nga busera. Twetaaga omukulembeze nga fighter, si bano bajooka. Bw'oba ng'ogenda saabalira ku mazzi ne baleeta eryato ly'ebbumba ne baleeta ne speed boat tosobola kukwata lyato lya bbumba ogenda osaabale kubanga lijja kunywa amazzi obbire bassebo ne bannyabo. Oba olina kulondawo speed boat efubutuka kaweewo ekusomese mangu. Nze Kabuye Sulaiman Mawaggali, nze speed boat. Bannaye munonde muninnye nsooke mbasaabaze ku supiidi ey'ekizungirizi. Eddoboozi lyaffe libadde teriwulirwa. Kyekiseera mu 2026 mulonde nze kamwa kwogera Kabuye Sulaiman Mawaggali ayina eddoboozi eryamwanguka ajoyimirira ku palamenti ayanje ensonga mu beesimbyewo bonna bassebo ne bannyabo teri ansinga kwanja nsonga. Abaneesimbyeko bonna baneegomba olw'engeri gye njogeramu, olw'engeri gye nnambika ensonga. Gw'oba okiwakana eno YouTube yange sooka ogiraba ogifollowing ogisharing olayo ne vidiyo eziriko engeri gye nnambika ensonga. Kubamu akafaananyi nga ndi ku folo ya palamenti nga ngamba Mr. Speaker sa oba Madam Speaker sa waliwo asobola ogaana okuwulira. So mu 2026 tetukola era ne mulonda omulala atali Kabuye Sulaiman Mawaggali. Musibe bulungi, mweraba. Peace.
Mpala nawala kusaba kimuze mpala na bulungi abampala no bulungi nange benjagala obulungi.